So now we're going to talk about our table setup. So you want to make sure that you have your clean dishes and your dirty dishes completely apart, strictly for food safety reasons. That is one of the things that you are highly judged on in this competition, because you are using raw chicken. You want to make sure that you're really, really safe. So typically you would put your chicken closest to your grill so that you're not making your raw chicken and preparing it down here and then carrying it down the table to your grill. When you go get it, you want to bring it, have this station right here by your grill. Be ready for it. If your table is big enough, you can actually designate clean side, dirty side. So you can have the grill in the middle, your chicken over here, depending on whether you're right or left-handed. Put your chicken over here, prep, put it over here. All of this stuff gets put up in your in your tray to be cleaned later. Sanitize, change your gloves, and then you can start with your basting or whatever you need to do for your actually preparation of the chicken once it hits the grill. The biggest thing is to keep your dirty dishes away from your clean dishes, because you want to minimize the risk of any type of pathogen or foodborne illness like salmonella. Okay? So remember also, once you get your raw chicken and you finish marinating it, putting your dry rub on it, oiling it, however you're prepping your chicken, you want to make sure that once you put it on that grill, that you take those gloves off, put new gloves on, okay? You do not want to use the gloves that handle the raw chicken on anything on your clean side, in your clean area, all right? So once you've done that, now our chicken's cooking. It's rocking and rolling. You're having a great time. You're talking with your buddies. Now it's time to relax a little bit. So those are going to cook pretty quickly. It's 4 thighs. That has changed. Or a couple of pounds of turkey, depending on which one you want to do. If you are doing the thighs, you need to make sure that the internal temperature of that chicken is 165 degrees. So remember the thermometer that I showed you guys yesterday? If you're using one that is not a digital, if you're using one like I had yesterday, that's the old style that just turns until it gets to the max heat and stops, you want to put it all the way into the divot and you want to wait for that to stop. Okay. Make sure that you put it in the thickest part of the chicken, and temperature check the bone area as well, because that's a very hard area to get done. If you're using a digital readout thermometer, they normally have a divot too. You want to make sure that that divot's all the way into the very, very thickest part or up against that joint. And then you want to wait for it to quit clicking, and then you want to see what it is. It must read 165, okay? There's a massive, massive points down to disqualification if your chicken is raw. The judges can't taste it. They can't risk that. You don't get a chance to recook. If you're doing turkey, same thing, except it is a ground meat. So whether you're making a meatball or you're making a patty, you have to go into the sides sometimes on the patties. So find the thickest part of the side that you can go in, and go in through the side up to the divot, and make sure that that ground turkey is 165 degrees when you turn that patty in, okay? So we've got charcoal going. We know how to set up our table. Okay. We know what temperature, 165. We know how to check it. Now, how long does this cook? Well, that varies. Some people have a hotter grill than others, meaning they use more coals. Their coals got a little hotter. They're stacked a little more correctly. The heat's not dissipating like some others. They're more blocked out of the wind. Everybody's going to turn in at a different time. For thighs, though, typically 25, 30 minutes, and your thighs are probably going to be done. All right. You have 2 hours from the time you pick up. You do not have to rush. So when you pick it up, you can bring it. You can put it in whatever type of marinade you want. I can tell you from experience, marinating and basting with Wickers is one of the best that you can use. It's a low sugar content, so it doesn't burn on the grill, so you can baste with that and butter throughout the duration. Final thing, awards. So on your awards for county, that varies. Typically, we do things like barbecue sets. We do different items to cook with in the kitchen. We've done marinade sets before, dry rub sets, all sorts of cool things. At district, you get a variety of things. Very oftentimes, they're cutting boards or they're barbecue sets. So if you're a senior and you win your way into the State Poultry Festival because you've won at the district level as a senior in either poultry or turkey, You get to go to Rogers. It's an all expense paid trip. They provide your hotel room. You get a brand new grill. I think they provide your charcoal. Do they do your charcoal too? They provide your charcoal as well. And then you get to go out to the festival itself, which has concerts and vendors, and it's really cool. So if you guys have any questions, call me at the extension office at 870-933-4565. And we'll see you next Friday here for the Craighead County BBQ Broiler Competition. Thanks. Have a great day and keep cooking.